My job as a feminist buzzkill is to eviscerate the concept of soulmates because it is not going to lead you in the right direction. Here are 6 reasons why. Number one, there are billions of people on this planet and you have a lot of choices about who to interact with. If someone isn't treating you well, try one of the other billions. Unless you can only interact with one single person on the planet because it was destined by the entire universe. Number two, within the context of normal relationships, trust is something that builds over time. Your partner actually has to show trustworthy behavior before you trust him. And bit by bit, you build up mutual trust. But unhealthy people with no boundaries will want you to trust them from day one because it was meant to be. And people with naturally high trust levels are willing to trust on the very first day. And this combination is a train wreck waiting to happen. Number three, most guys are not trying to go all in the first days of a relationship. But when your partner secretly has a terrible personality, but he is trying to hide it and act like a nice person, it's really an exhausting charade. When he tells you you're my soulmate and adds in some razzle dazzle, he can get you to commit much more quickly, at which point he can just take off his mask and relax as his authentic self, which is an asshole. Number four, if your partner is abusive, unrealistic expectations are a great tool for setting you up to fail while believing it was your own fault. And when you throw in the idea of soulmates into a relationship, it just opens the floodgates on all of these expectations. So when he expects you to be perfect, he can then use any evidence to the contrary to have emotionally dysregulated snitfits. Because if you are not a perfect person, you're just trash, right? Five, because you're with an unhealthy person with wildly unrealistic expectations that you could never meet, your relationship is going to quickly go to shit. But when you are soulmates, all of these fights will become a sign of how intense the relationship is. It's not messed up, it's passionate. Number six, in normal relationships, it's nice to let in some fresh air so you can, breathe. Talk to other people, get outside opinions like, hey, am I living in crazy town? But no, because soulmates are supposed to be everything to each other, and you need to focus on the connection without outside distractions. Soulmates don't need friends and family because they only get in the way of your perfect relationship. When you are soulmates, you are meant to be each other's world. So yeah, I understand that everyone needs meaning in their life. But could I just make a recommendation of, say, enjoying simple pleasures? Because the more that you aim for a perfect relationship, the more likely you are to fall into a cesspool of disappointment. When you believe that true love will overcome any challenge, you will definitely meet a man who agrees with that 100% and start giving you a pile of challenges that you need to overcome. Lucky him that you believe that putting up with this behavior is just part of proving how strong your relationship is. Soulmates is just an inherently unhealthy idea and makes you so very vulnerable to manipulation and control tactics.